Hey everybody, it's Pete. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's Friday, March 26, 2021. Welcome to a new episode of today's Best Stock Picks. Well, the fifth consecutive week of topsy-turvy, back and forth, lose your mind price action, if you're an active short-term trader, is coming to an end. We have one more day left. Thursday gave us a glimmer of hope. We actually rallied off the lows. We had what we would consider one of the most obvious, blatant, amazing divergences between one of the major indexes that we watch, which is the SPY ETF, and one of our market internals, which is the ticks. And I'm actually going to give you a lesson on that in just a second. We're going to talk about a couple of stocks that have reversals. One of them that's very clear that's happened. It's a really popular stock, which is Costco stock. The second one we're going to talk about, a stock that's actually making new lows, broke all the way down and just saw a massive spike in volume yesterday at those new lows, which is typically the first sign of what we call accumulation. That's going to be interesting to see as well. We're going to break down a whole bunch of other stocks in the same industry group as Costco, and then we're actually going to dive a little bit deeper into some breakout trades. But I think it's very important that we first break down the market, and specifically, we're going to look at the SPY ETF and the QQQ. We're going to give you a breakdown, I guess, from top-down analysis down to where we are from the daily charts to the hourly charts, what it looked like in the day trading universe yesterday. I know some of you, maybe most of you are in day trading right now. That's fine. And then where that leaves us today, because yesterday we got the opposite of what we expected, where a lot of stocks were actually setting up as breakdowns yesterday. Went into the day fully expecting to see follow through on the downside. And once we saw that divergence between the tick indicator and the SPY ETF, it was just a question of which stocks we were buying. We actually did a YouTube short right in the middle of the day where we gave everybody the level to watch. And once it got above that level, we just took off and never came back for the rest of the day. So it was pretty interesting. You really need to be on top of your game. I'll tell you, right, it's pretty exciting right now. Because if you know what you're looking at, you know exactly when to do nothing. Excuse me, I got a sore voice by this time of the week. You know exactly when to do nothing, but then when it lights up, you got to get in there with confidence. You got to get in there saying, I know exactly what I'm doing. Put the trade on and let it unfold. The only difference right now is we are tending to not let trades move against us, where we're booking profits into momentum right now. Once it hits what we call our IPT, our initial profit target. And then instead of looking to add to those positions, because of the back and forth of the market right now, which is just making your head spin, we're keeping those profits right now. Some of the swing trades that we've had recently, we're going to take a look at a few today. Breakout trades have just been getting destroyed. We're going to look at a couple of them today, but I want to give you a little bit of a caveat. And again, obviously, everything here is for educational purposes, is that the breakouts we're going to talk about, we need to see more than just breaking out. So you can imagine, like, this is the breakout level. A lot of stocks are just kind of like peeking their head through that level and then getting smashed. So we want to see what we call well bid and closing outside of those levels. Well bid means higher highs, higher lows, and a strong close up there. So be aware of that, which also means we've been spending a lot of time on position sizing and trade management. On those breakouts, when you get that, make sure you go in with half of your share size and wait for confirmation, get feedback from the market, and only then positive feedback, meaning it moves in your favor, and only then add to that position. So we're going to head it over to the charts. We're going to walk through the topsy-turvy SPY and Qs for the week. And look, it's just been an amazing time. Yesterday, we had some incredible trading opportunities that bounced. Take advantage of them while they're there, because it's been a mind-numbing 4 or 5 weeks if you've been an active trader. Sure, there's been some opportunities, but if you're in there and digging in the trenches, it's really been mind games where patience pays. We keep saying that patience pays. You don't want to dig yourself a hole, because then when it becomes obvious, it's not that hard to make money. It's not over trading and not trading too much size. I know there's a couple of negatives in there. Not over trading, not trading too big will keep you in a good place for those breakouts that don't fail, for the trades that you put on that look perfect, that don't follow through. You take reasonable losses, smaller profits if you don't get followed through. Instead of letting it come back looking for a spot to add, you just get out, because then you get an afternoon like yesterday. We had for a day trading perspective and to initiate some longer term trades. then you're in a better position. You're not digging yourself out of that hole. And that's the real math of profitable trading. It's not every trade. The win-loss percentage is probably one of the most widely misused ratios in all of trading. We have 90% win-loss ratio and lose it all on one trade. So it's really more about what are you making on your winners, which is kind of what we specialize in. By the way, if you want to find out more about what we do, whether it's swing trading or day trading, click down and you can see the link down there. So anyway, we're going to break it over. We're going to head over into starting out with the SPY. So what's awesome about the SPY is we finally saw some positive volume yesterday on an up day. We call this type of day a bullish U-turn. We're traded below the previous day, rallied back up, closed strong. Everything looked good. Now, we need the market to not be a one-hit wonder. So what we need to do now, we're going to break this down a little bit further. We need to get out of this last 4 or 5 days worth of price action. We need for the SPY to break down and get above that. Now, that's obvious, right? Yeah, it's obvious, but how aggressively are you trading until that happens? So we need for it to get above the 391 area. Great that it got back up to 389 yesterday. It looks amazing. Looks like we're going to be right at 390. We need today, remember before I just said, show me proof, wait for a little bit of feedback. Show me more than just one afternoon. If that happens, now again, great traders, if this, then that, if this, then that. That's what real trading is about. If that happens, we're golden, right? Here's what we got, what we were involved in yesterday. It was like opening range breakout. Everything is awesome. Start to load up, finally reversing, right? And then we broke down, and then we went up, and then we broke down, and then we went up. If you keep your trading simple, if you keep your trading structured, this is glorious because you know exactly what you're looking for. You know when to be involved. You know when to be in cash. You know the type of profit scenarios you're supposed to be taking. This is real world trading. Okay, I know there's a lot of videos you could possibly be watching right now. We're talking about trade management. We're talking about position sizing. We're talking about how you should be booking your profits. Not just buy this stock or sell that stock. We're talking about this is where you actually learn how to make money when you understand trade management is the real skill in trading. Understanding your exit is the real skill of trading. Understanding the probability of making a profit and if you should even take risk in the first place. That's the real part of trading that you won't find in a book. And that's why it's so important for us to have these conversations every day, which, by the way, I strongly encourage you to leave comments. I love when you get when I get comments because our team goes back and forth helping you in a way that if you have a comment about trading, trade management, position sizing, entries, exit, that kind of stuff, put that in the comment. I want to help, but I need you to participate. I just need you to put that down there. If you like these kind of videos that we're doing, definitely give us a thumbs up. That means a lot to me. And also let me know what kind of videos you like. And also subscribe too so you get those updates. That would be kind of cool. So we're going to head right over. We're going to take a look. First, actually, before we go into Costco, I want to talk about a stock that is showing what we called accumulation. And now it's not one of the normal stocks that we would look at, but if we take a look at the daily chart here, you can see here at this price level, buyers have started to step in and look at on the way down where buyers and action volume started to expand dramatically. So now we talked about this last week. You need to understand in AMWL, what is the right price? When do you start getting involved? Because you start to see expansion in volume. Stocks, they kind of skid a little bit after the volume spike. You need to know where it started. And it started up here. Okay, it started, let me pull that back up. It started here. So in this area right here is where you want to have an alert. So you want to have an alert at the 1930, 1950 area. Gets back above there. If we see a continuation of that volume spike, this would be an early entry, building a position in a stock that has brutal selling order flow since the end of January. But you start to put these clues together. That's what we're looking for. Next, we're going to take a look at Costco. As we said, also multiple weeks of selling. So as the vaccine news got good, Costco started to see some selling, plus earnings wasn't great. We've rallied all the way back up into that level. If you understand reversals, if you have a structure for reversals, we call this a failed test where a stock pushes down, rallies, and then sells off again and fails to retest that low. That's usually one of the most reliable indicators for me that, okay, this most recent move is slowing down. Now, this area right here is where you can start to potentially look for new longs, new shorter term longs. You don't have order flow on your side yet, but that's a failed test of the selling. The selling dried up. You start to look for it to push in the opposite direction. Now, 4 out of the last 5 days in Costco, I've seen really strong bullish order flow with volume. And now you can see we're approaching this impending downtrend, very similar to what we saw in the SPY right now, dating all the way back to the beginning of December. If we get above that, we are starting to look really good for a new bullish run in Costco. So they've got one more day of bullish day trading into that level. Then we're looking for a pause above this level, which is right around the 350 area. Getting into some other stocks, I'm just going to come off the screen here for a second, getting into some other stocks that are similar, just so you get an idea that a lot of the same industry group is rallying. DG, Target, you can start to see clues here, right? This is really where you separate yourself. All right, BJ is not as strong. DLTR, and then Walmart. Okay, so you're starting to see these failed tests and breakout levels. This is really important to pay attention to. So this sector, this industry group, the discount stores are starting to see smart money jumping in. So start to pay attention. We gave you the levels there in all of them. Now, some other breakout trades that we're looking at. We're going to start out with NUE, very clear. Now, again, you need to see a breakout, follow through, and then you initiate your first piece. TAP is another one, really good clean breakout. We also filled the gap here, which is important. Lows, we've been discussing all week, so hopefully you've been paying attention and this has been on your radar. And Home Depot also up at that level. Now, again, you got the confirmation here. You initiate the first piece of your trade, and you don't add until it starts to get feedback and starts to move in your favor. Waste management is another one. Again, we're starting to see clues of where the smart money is going and what type of industry groups. And CSX as well, which is kind of right at that level. Three other stocks I want to talk about are home builders. Pulte Homes, PHM. You can see the breakout level here. It's not there yet. You have to have an alert looking for follow through. Toll Brothers as well. Really giant bullish U-turn yesterday. And Lennar. So it looks like Lennar and Pulte Homes are actually at the breakout level already. So there's a lot going on here. It could make your head spin. I feel for you, especially if you're a newer trader, especially if you're a newer day trader right now. The biggest wisdom, I want to stay away from the that advice word. If you're stock trading right now, it doesn't matter if you're day trading. It doesn't matter if you're swing trading. Position sizing right now and trade expectation is everything. You need to understand the environment that you're in, whether you're booking profits into momentum or whether when it moves up into momentum, it pauses, you're looking to add to a position. For the most part right now, we're really in the first area where we're looking to exit into momentum until we see a little bit better, what we call tape. So have an awesome day. Be awesome today. Ending the week. Let's have a great end to the week. All we need is volatility and volume, and we should have a great day. Definitely click down. Give us a thumbs up if you find these videos helpful. If you have any questions, click down as well and leave us a comment. I'd love to hear from you soon too. Have a great day, everybody, and have an awesome weekend.